Just so proud of our team. We were extremely focused tonight and just really hung in there. Regardless of what the situation was, we played very good defense. This is a good offensive team. They made some plays on us. We had a couple turnovers in the first half that kind of put us behind the 8 ball there at halftime. But I thought we came out the third and fourth quarter, just really settled down and picked away at them. We had some great runs in this game. Devontae and Toa and the Union played really well up front, and that was really great to see. But a team victory. Field position was huge. We did everything we could in the special teams area to try to give us an advantage. We had a fake punt. We had excellent punt returns. Ben Putnam with the huge return at the end of the game. And then Q just punting them down there and keeping them tight. You know, got a pirate punt on them to pin them in. And all that had to happen for us to win this game. Just all the glory goes to God. We're just really, really proud of our kids' effort, and we're really happy for this victory.
What was said, I guess, in the halftime locker room? You couldn't have been feeling too discouraged.
No, we felt like we were in a game, and we knew it was a game, and we were prepared to come up here playing for 4 quarters. We knew it was going to be a shootout, a back and forth type of game. That's all their home games have been this way, and we just had to be prepared to do what we needed to do to win it. And I thought Carson was excellent. He's been so clear-eyed over the last 3 weeks. Protected the football, made the throws he needed to make. You know, Romeo was outstanding before he got hurt, made huge plays down there, and we're hoping we can get him back. But just really proud of our team effort. It was a whole team effort, you know, just like the San Diego State game. You know, we had to play great in all 3 phases to win it, and we did the things we had to do to win it and finish it the right way.
Can you give us an update on Romeo? At least of what, you know, just...
I think it's a shoulder sprain. I'm not sure how serious it is. We're hoping that it's not too serious.
You told us earlier this week that you had looked back on the Fresno matchups and that this was kind of one of the teams you had yet to get over that hump. So how much more special is it to beat this team?
It's important. You know, Fresno and San Diego State have represented the Western Division in the championship game since this conference started, and so, you know, they've been the class of the division. It's a team we hadn't beaten in the division. So it was important for us to come on the road and be able to beat a team like this. It was an important step for us.
Coach, that last sequence was pretty crazy. I thought for sure we were headed for overtime. Can you tell us how you got the pack to where it was?
Well, I just think it was a great job of us punting them back in there. And once we pinned them in down there and the defense stopped them, we were fortunate we didn't have to use any timeouts. Got a great punt return from Putnam. That was huge. And, you know, we tried to flip the field position with the special teams, and it eventually caught up to them, and we got a great punt return and put us in field goal range. So we were already in field goal range, and then we ran the ball down tight. And then, you know, the thing was we just wanted to be smart with the clock. We thought they might try to let us score, and so we ran our surrender play, which is Toa taking a knee, just don't score, and we wanted to eat up as much clock as we could, so when we did score, they wouldn't have any time, and that's what we did. And so we did score eventually, and you know, it was good that we didn't give them much time left at the end of the game.
You mentioned the running game once already, but that's a complete performance. I mean, you know, 10, 11 games into the season, but that was a fairly complete performance.
I'm really proud. I've been saying that we still had a lot of good football in us. We hadn't played our best football, and I think we can play better. I really do. And we have so many different people contributing, so many guys on special teams. I thought the fake punt was excellently executed. But that's just an example of our preparation. I was really proud. You know, we came out of the gates, scored on the first 2 drives. We were ready to play. We were focused in. We were ready to execute. And that shows maturity. I'm really proud of that. We're growing as a team, and we're getting better, and that's really important. And you know, we still got another week left in the regular season, and we got to keep getting better. We've got to keep improving. and it'll be an important game for us next week, playing a state championship. So
the momentum you guys have created, I mean, how do you explain the last 2 games and getting you to this point?
Oh, just great attitude and sacrifice. We got great leadership. Hausia and Kelton Moore and Q have been outstanding. And Gabe Sewell, all those guys have been awesome. And so, you get what your leaders give you. And the senior class really wants to go out on a high note. We'll have senior day next weekend. Excuse me. And obviously we get to play for the Cannon, and that's something we've been thinking about for 12 months.
Oh man, just a big relief off the chest. Fresno's a great team. Every year, that I've seen them play. I remember being a senior in high school and driving up to Fresno after one of my high school games to watch Nevada play them. They're just a great team. Last year, they had an amazing team. So this year, being able to come up on top and victorious is great for us.
What does it just say about this group that you guys could shoot yourselves in the foot a little bit, but you could overcome it when maybe 8 weeks ago you might not have been able to do that?
Yeah, coaches tell us every day, matter of fact, just the next play. Even in practice when you mess up, next play. You got to bring that to the game on Saturdays. When you mess up, you got to just come back and do something extra for the guys.
How much does it just motivate you guys and keep you guys going to know that you're getting contributions from all over the field, all different phases, and guys that maybe don't do it every week but are still able to when their name is called?
Yeah, definitely. Coach always tells us to make sure you're ready for your number to be called. A lot of guys are sitting on that sideline already, and we got a lot of young guys ready to go in. I trust every single one of those guys to go out there and compete.
That sequence at the end, Coach called it a surrender play. And I don't think I've seen you guys run it. Can you walk us through that sequence at the end?
So basically, Fresno just wanted us to score, so they had more time to drive down the field, and try to tie it back up. But what we're trying to do is, run the clock as much as we can without scoring before we give them the ball back. They got the ball back for like 10 seconds or something like that left. You gotta that's the little stuff we practice. At practice, it's all the little stuff that come together.
I know there was bitter probably doesn't begin to describe UNLV last year. Have you already turned your thoughts forward to that?
Oh, definitely. This win was nice, but we always got next week. And, we got a big game next week against a great team. And I'm looking forward to go out there and battle with my guys.
All things considered, injuries early in the year, inexperience, now the momentum that you guys have been able to create to this point. I mean, have you guys maximized your effort up until this point?
Definitely not. There's always room for improvement. And we're going to take this victory, and we're going to go to Victory Monday, and we're going to get even better. Every single day we're going to go out, and we're just going to keep taking steps forward, and we're just going to move.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
Most definitely. Thank you. You
guys have a good one.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
To feel like to come here and get this victory is obviously a huge one for this program, really.
I mean, it feels amazing. Every victory is, its own victory, and this one feels a little special because it's always back and forth between us and Fresno. Their fans are getting into it. Players are getting into it. It's it's just a great atmosphere. But this feels amazing. It's a big one.
Lawson, your pick was a big momentum changer, and I think the Pack needed a big play at that point. Do you guys go into a game looking for the big plays, or is it just one play after another?
I mean, we kind of play it one play after another. We kind of like to feed off each other's energy a lot, especially in practice. If we see one side of the ball, doing something well, then the other side tries to, match it. So I think it's more of a play-by-play type of thing. But we know we needed a big play, and I was happy to step up.
So you guys beat San Diego State on the road, Fresno on the road. Those teams were both big favorites. Is this team maturing at the right time? I mean, this might not have been possible in week 3 or something.
I mean, I feel like we've had maturity since, about a couple weeks in. It's just about gelling together, playing for one another because, that's how you beat good teams on the road, especially. You kind of play for each other and, play unselfish football and, you just get after it.
Just give us a sense of the momentum that you guys are feeling and that you've created the last 2 games going into, obviously, the big.
Excuse me, what was the question?
I'm sorry, can you just give me a sense of the momentum and how you guys are feeling going into, obviously, the last week of the season, trying to get the Cannon back, but you got to feel like you're in a great position given your last 2 games.
I mean, we feel great. We kind of exceeded our expectations a little bit these last couple of weeks, so it feels good to, prove just a lot of people wrong and, win out. and we're going to try to do that again next week.
On the other side of the ball, is it cool to see the running game got going, probably for the first time this season? They did a great job. Do the units feed off each other when they come off the field and stuff?
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. Like I said, we try to match each other's energy. When we see somebody else going, 110%, it kind of influences us, to do the same thing. So it's all about energy, how we play together, how we gel together. It's the main thing.
Any first thoughts on UNLV next week?
We just got to get after it. We know it's going to be a good game. Every year, no matter who's has the worst record, we always come out to play each other the hardest we can. So we know it's going to be a good game, and I'm excited for it.
What's it feel like to come to Fresno and leave victorious, man?
Feels really, really good. We wanted to get this win, and so just coming in here and be able to get the win the way we did just feels really good.
Certainly was up for grabs up until those final moments. Just give us an idea of what it felt like within that sideline. I'm sure you never wavered in belief, but it was certainly a journey to get to this point.
Yeah, so when we were driving, not the last drive, but before that, we had the 4th down, and we have a really good punter, and a really good defense, so we trusted that we were going to get the stop and pin him in there deep. It was a great call by Coach, because we were talking about going for it, but it was a good call. We got the ball back with great field position, obviously with a great punt return. Special teams came through huge tonight, and so, at that point we were already in field goal range, and we just tried to make it easy, but we punched it in for the touchdown anyway.
Coach spoke to the maturity and just how proud he is of different guys stepping up in different phases, and that's kind of been the storyline of this group, and now it seems to all be coming together, and it's kind of clicking. Just give us a sense of the maturity this group has and the momentum you guys have created, I guess.
Yeah, we have a lot of young guys on the team, in the union, and they really came through tonight. They really came together and put together their best game. We rushed for 250, right? I mean, that's pretty impressive, and Fresno State's no joke, so it just felt really good coming out here and be able to run the ball and just establish that running game.
How do you explain how you guys have been able to be double-digit underdogs in the last 2 games and kind of surprise some people? Even Lawson said we may have exceeded even our expectations a little bit.
Yeah, well, a lot of people just kind of wrote us off after we lost to Wyoming, but we knew that we had it in us to go out and win the rest of our games, and so, now we just got one more looking ahead for the bowl game, and so, we wanted to get this win really bad, though, so it felt really good.
Carson, so 2 straight road wins over not easy places to play. What's the difference between right now, today, and maybe Utah State and Wyoming? Is there a difference you can point to?
I really just think that we got better each game. Personally, I feel like each game that I go out there, I feel like I'm getting better each time. I'm trying to learn from the film, not make the same mistake twice. And I feel like as an entire group, we're having that same mentality. And, each time we step on the field, we just want to play better than the last time we did. And I know that we had a couple rough patches, we had a couple bad losses. I just want to say thank you to the fans that stuck with us, and everyone who made the trip out tonight. It's a really good win.
Yeah, Coach didn't hide. I mean, you only get so many Saturdays, so they're all big. But Coach didn't hide this week, even saying we've looked back on our Fresno matchups and we've studied them, and why don't we succeed against them? So how much more to give it over the Bulldogs does it make it special for you?
Yeah, coming off a bye week, 2 weeks prepare. We were in there watching a lot of film, watching the games from last year, and just trying to understand, what we need to do against their scheme. And they play a lot of blanket coverage, so we knew that we were going to need to run the ball and get the ball out quick underneath. And so we did that. We had a lot of players make plays. Elijah threw him a little 5-yard in, he took it to the house, first drive, stuff like that. We just got to take what they give us.
Coach, you briefly mentioned the running game a minute ago, but that must be great for you when the running game gets going, you must feel like you're just kind of directing an orchestra.
Yeah, the Union did an absolutely great job tonight. I can't say enough about them, and Toa and Big Tay. They were seeing the holes and getting through them, and so, when we have a running game, it makes teams it's hard for teams to defend us when we have a running game and a passing game as well. They don't know what's coming. So, it just really helped our overall just offense being able to run the ball like that.
A few minutes ago, Coach mentioned that he thought you are seeing the field with clear eyes, or approaching the game with clear eyes. Is that something you'd agree with right now?
Yeah, I feel like the game's slowing down, and that's just all part of getting game experience. Each time I go out there, I just try to make the game go a little bit slower, just read the defense, scan the field, pre-snap, trying to understand what they're trying to do to me pre-snap. So there's no surprises, you know. So just got to get the ball out fast, get it to my playmakers, and let them do work.
Just in case we don't see you on Monday, how anxious are you to lead Nevada against UNLV for the first time?
One of my personal goals that I have for myself is to never lose against UNLV. I want to win 4 games against them and lose none. Enough said.